qualified. And 25 Samuel Sparks. The head coach, Adrian Motor. Assistant coaches, Christian Herli and Steve Diederich. The team of Germany, Jungen Wilde. Number 1 and the captain, Marco Herr. 5, Josko Winkel. Number 6, Christian Riedel. 7, Rita Ripke. 8, Stefan Becke. Number 10, Mikael Walter. 11, Steve Pauper. 12, Jens Sauerbier. 21, Florian Konga. And number 24, Masja Mosel. The head coach, Christoph Werner. Assistant coach, Matthias Jute. And the referees once again from the United States, Mr. Ryan Jordan and Mr. Yun Ho came from South Korea. In a moment, we are ready for the two national anthems. First, Switzerland. And now the national anthem of Germany.
Hello everybody around the world, thank you for watching, welcome back I'm going to say. I'm not going to say welcome because I'm sure you've been watching throughout the day and indeed throughout the week here in Vejle at the Spectrum. Vejle, one of the homes of Parasports, and we are here for the Wheelchair Rugby 2022 World Championship. We have got Pool A action for you, an incredibly tight Pool A. And here we have a local derby, a German-speaking derby, in fact. between Switzerland and Germany. Switzerland and Germany, some of the standout teams in Europe at the moment, but they are going to be putting any friendliness to one side and looking to get points in Pool A to get themselves in the top 4. 12 nations doing battle, 6 in Pool A, 6 in Pool B, and these teams find themselves along the lines alongside the likes of Great Britain, USA, France, New Zealand. Quick look at the starting lineups. Familiar ones for Switzerland, and we'll see some very familiar ones for Germany as well. These two teams find themselves towards the bottom of Pool A, desperate to get some points. Whoever wins this one will then be looking to get points off New Zealand as well and to squeeze into the top 4 and make it through to the quarterfinals. My name's Drew Lilly, and who better to have alongside me for this all-European derby than Dutch international Joost Mol. Joost, lovely to have you here.
Well, good to be here.
Germany tend to go for a very reduced squad. When they were playing Great Britain yesterday, they just stuck with the 4 all the way through, and Marco Herbst had an excellent match, a lot of steals for him, Germany, so they haven't got the strength in depth, but they're starting 4 incredibly strong.
Yeah, and especially their high pointer, he's so quick with his hands and with his chair, he's so agile. He's such a pleasure to watch him.
He is. He ends up in the penalty box every so often, but it's gambling on it and trying to steal the ball, and when it comes off,
it's always a risk, but sometimes the risk is worth the reward.
It is indeed. It's going to be a tight battle between these two teams. Switzerland, who finished 5th at the European Championships earlier this year. Germany 4th, so just edging out their local rivals. Germany 4th, they lost to France in the semi-final 55-42, and then Denmark 58-52 in the 3rd and 4th place playoff. Josko Vilka is the man we're looking at there, 21-year-old. He's going to be the focus of a lot of their attacks. So the countdown about to start here in the Spectrum. And the tip-off
goes nowhere.
Well, that's a bit of an inauspicious start. Let's hope that's let's hope it can only get better from here on in. Well, hopefully it can only get quieter from here on in as well. The stadium DJ pumping up the music, trying to get the atmosphere going.
4 in the key.
4 in the key called against the Germans there on defence. You're only allowed 3 in the dark-coloured area there. Obviously, we will explain some of the rules as we go along. We know that plenty of you are long-time members of the Wheelchair Rugby family, and you know all this off by heart, even better than I do, but there are plenty of people who will be watching this for the first time, so we'll do a bit of housekeeping every so often.
Even I have some difficulties with some of the rules.
There we go, as long as the players don't have it. And that was a beautiful pass over the top to the Swiss captain, Dave Z. Been playing for Switzerland for the past 10 years. Been at the European Championships in 2013, 19 and 22, a 2-pointer. And there's the man we were mentioning earlier, Marco Herbst.
Making it look easy.
Cruising his way through. Herbst, Vilka, Kripke and Wecker. That's their starting 4, and that's the 4 that coach Werter will no doubt stay with. Well, he stayed with them for the entire 32 minutes against Great Britain, and they stayed with Great Britain for the entire 32 minutes. Over the top there, Jeremy Genal, the captain for Switzerland in the number 9, pops that one over the top to Armin Dautai. And originally of Albanian origin, lots of...
Almost on his back.
5-4 to Wecker. And Germany 2 apiece.
Germany, number 8,
Yves Langhart with the inbound. Ooh. Finds Dave
get it
Z.
over. Yep.
There we go. Feeds Armin Dautai. Very large Albanian community in Switzerland. Plenty of their soccer team are of Albanian origin. Likes of Shaka and Shakiri, if you're football fans out there. So you can see in the middle of your screen, you've got the possession clock ticking down to around 10, 40 seconds in which to score.
Ooh, almost. Oh, somebody's out. Yep. No goal. No try, sorry. I almost messed that up, the goal and the tries.
If you're going to get them wrong, what chance have I got?
Yeah, well, you got an excuse, I don't.
Well, your excuse is you're usually concentrating on playing.
True
so,
that.
There we go. So it turns out to be a turnover, the first of the match. Those of you who've been watching throughout the week know I like my sporting analogies, and it's a little bit like tennis when it's a break of serve. You're meant to hold service almost like in a tiebreaker. And the first break of service goes the way of Germany, so now they are the ones in the lead. Josko Wilke had a great match. He was in tears at the end of the Germany-GB match, where this starting four, it was the starting four, the middle four and the finishing four. Oh, big bash there, and it's going to be a turnover right back at you. I like to say that a turnover is only a turnover if you manage to.
And most of the time, turnovers create turnovers.
They can, can't they? Yes.
We saw it in the previous game, it was like the one turnover after another.
Well, Germany not going with the four the same all the way through. You can see that Britta Kripke has come off and Christian Riedel has come on. 0.5, low pointer. So they are actually mixing things up a little bit. Kripke played the full 32 minutes. She's a one-pointer. And obviously when you play a female player, then that means you're allowed 8.5 on the court at any one time as opposed to 8. So that gives you an advantage as Dautai crashes in and loses the ball, tries to get past Wilke in force, and it doesn't work.
He just got his hand in and tipped the ball off his lap. But they get the ball back.
Switzerland maybe a little lucky there. It's you would have thought that it came off Dautai's hand last, but be that as it may, Dave Z fires his way through and at least gets a point on the board for them, to the delight of the fans in red. It's good for Switzerland, obviously. Any Danish fans here, they'll be wearing the red. And I'm sure they can be encouraged to chant Hop Suisse. Ooh. Hand in there from Jeremy Chenal.
And there goes Marco. Quickie.
He is very fast, is Marco Herbst. 3.5 pointer.
Now he's got, and it's a turnover again. He got the ball. Oh.
And fires his way through. No.
Out and in. Yep. He was with one wheel across the line and the other one wasn't, and he came back up. And so that's an out and in and a turnover.
So as you were saying, Joost, it's one turnover leads to another, and another, and another, and another. Whichever team can really get a grip on this match, literally and metaphorically, will be in the driver's seat. Switzerland yet to make any changes, almost halfway through this first quarter. Yves Langhart gets the ball out to Dame Z.
Fake pass.
Trying to push him out there was Herbst. That's a great pass by Dave.
Oh, watch him. He's gonna go. Yep. Oh, he gets the try.
So a penalty try for Switzerland, or was he just inside the post? Difficult to see there. Either way, Switzerland getting a point and halving the deficit. It's Vejle taking it up, managing to maintain possession. Wilke surrounded by walls of red, pops it over the top and finds Vejle to perfection.
Nice patience, especially when the pressure with everybody with his hands. They want to touch the ball or tip it away. He did a good job.
Chenal, the captain, manages to get the ball out there to Dautai, and he fires it forwards. And, well, those of you who haven't watched a lot of it may think that, well, the ball's crossed the line, that's surely fine. But no, you need to be in possession of it, in control of it. And Dave Mzee couldn't quite corral that one.
Just tipped off the bumper.
Germany building from the back. They've got 12 seconds rather, to get it over the halfway line, and they managed to do that. You have to bounce it every 10. Or pass it, or alternatively, score. And that's what Marco Herbst has done there. Herbst getting off to a flying start. 4 tries for him already. Dautai gets it over the halfway line to Chenal. And it's picked off. What a nervous play here.
Yeah, it was. But what a scoring machine.
Switzerland need to settle things down.
Yeah, they need to make sure that their passes are correct and not too.
There's a good pass, however. Dave Mzee was very close to the line there, and a timeout has been called. Managed to call a timeout just before he was knocked out of bounds, otherwise it would have been a turnover.
It was so close to the middle line and the sideline, so his only option was to call the timeout.
So each team has 4 30-second timeouts. Switzerland using one already, and then the coaches have 1 minute timeouts, 2 of those that they can use. So Switzerland coming back out, no changes from the Swiss team. Swiss team managed by Adi Moser, the number 5. Oh, and there he is. That's perfect timing. Seems to be preferring to stay on the sidelines, much along the lines of Rob Hewitt for New Zealand as well, the Wheel Blacks, who is the coach and manager. It's difficult to do both, but you might think that someone like Moser could come on and settle things down a bit, because Switzerland seem to be a little bit rushed at the moment.
A little bit nervous, it looks like. Yeah, and Adrian is like a very experienced player, so but I'm not really sure, because at the previous game he was on the sideline as well, the entire game, so hopefully there's nothing too bad with him, but...
No, you think if he's decided that he's going to stay on the sidelines and call the shots from there, it's a bit of a shame for him. He's sacrificing himself as Vejle goes over for another try. Germany extending their lead here. It's getting away from the Swiss a little bit.
Little by little.
Switzerland, who've done it tough so far, they've lost to New Zealand and France. That was yesterday, Tuesday. This is the first time as well that they've played on the big court with the cube. Germany played here last night against Great Britain.
Just in time to call the timeout before he got hit out of bounds by Christian.
Oh. Captain Chenal.
Good call.
Just about gets the timeout, so they managed to maintain possession, but at what cost? They've already used half of their timeouts.
And that might be costly towards the end of the game. Yes.
Players like to say, well, you can't take them with you. You can't stick them in your pocket and bring them all out when it's the quarterfinals and say, I've got a stash of 20 I've been hoarding away. Yeah. However, you don't want to be using 2 within the first 5.5 minutes.
No, it's pretty soon to have used 2.
Germany with a 4-point lead and 4 timeouts still tucked away in their laps, and they are dominating this Central European derby. Another experienced player, Dave Mzee, pops that one over the top to Dautai, but he is boxed in, and it's a...
Oh, Christian got it hit out of... Oh. Yeah, that was the only option he could do, back up, but when you have somebody with that strength, just...
Wilke takes it over the halfway line. Goes this way and that. Is he going to go coast to coast? Taking his time. Yes, he is. We're down into the last few minutes. So you'll know as a player, when there's 2 minutes left in a quarter, you start looking at the clock a little bit more, wondering when to score, when to take your time. But for Switzerland, they just want to score. They just need the points, don't they?
Need to. Oh, that was close, but he got it. Well, just by the fingertips.
It was. That was brilliant wheels there from the co-captain, Dave and Z.
And a great pass from Marco.
Inbound from Langhart to Chenal. And a big bash and crash, and how about that? Picked his pocket. And he's through. The try will count because he was heading straight to goal, didn't deviate, and therefore, even though there was one of his teammates that was down in back play, as long as he was heading to the try line and looked like scoring, that was what we mentioned earlier before the start, the way he can get his hands in there.
Yeah, he's just so quick. Wiping the floor down, all the sweat.
Do have a change for Switzerland. Fabian Krauer has come on. Reasonably recent addition to the Swiss squad. Made his international debut in 2020, played at the European Championships this year.
Oh, tricky. Yeah, he calls a timeout.
Well, we said you can't take them with you, but they're not even going to take them with them
to the second
into the second quarter, are they? Desperation stuff from the Swiss.
Yeah, it's so difficult when you have that amount of pressure on you to get the ball away.
Krauer, the number 4. Number 9, Jeremy Chenal from the city of Chur. Always a difficult one to pronounce if you're not Swiss. The CHs in Switzerland are always difficult ones to pronounce in Swiss German.
But you did an excellent job there.
Oh, I have a Swiss passport, so
okay.
So that explains why I can say the city of Chur. And if any Swiss people are watching, I could even say Küchikastli, which is proof that you can speak Swiss German. So it means kitchen cupboard. But I much prefer speaking High German, and it doesn't get any higher than the speed shown by Marco Herbst. Into the last minute, Germany cruising at the moment. 13 points to 8. That was thrown out there in the hope that Dave MZ would pick it up, and he did. Still with work to do. And cruises in before Herbst could change direction. Showing his experience there, Dave. He's been playing for 10 years. 30 seconds to go. Germany going to try to...
He's got the turnover.
Well, there we go. I'll say it, Germany going to try to run the clock down and score right at the end. Well, you can try to do that, but the best way of doing that is by keeping the ball yourself. Chenal now. 12 seconds to go. You're going to hear the fans counting down.
Oh, nice corner pick.
Beautiful. Excellent pick. So defensive block by Langhart.
And
how about that? All of that hard work, the turnover, taking your time, squeezing in at the corner, and then Germany just do a huge inbound. Wilke onto the end of it and says, thank you very much. Dave MZ sits on that one, doesn't want to give the ball away, and at the end of the first quarter, it could have been a lot worse for Switzerland, but it's Germany who lead 14-10, and showing their experience there, the Germans. They weren't overawed by the big stage.
No. They're just a little bit more relaxed, it looks like. The Swiss, I have no idea what it is with the Swiss, but they always tend to be a little bit nervous, especially in the beginning. And then the sad thing is that the game is getting away from them. But in this case, well, they're giving a good fight.
Yes, got a turnover towards the end. Germany, as we were saying, might not be overawed by playing in this arena. Switzerland have only played on court number 2, on the back court, where it's the facilities not quite as impressive as this one. As we take a quick look at the turnovers there, 5 turnovers for Switzerland. That's the one that really hamstrung them in the first quarter. But Germany playing here on the big stage here in the Spectrum Arena. And they played Great Britain last night and took them all the way in front of a big crowd that had come to see Denmark earlier, and many of them stuck around for that. So maybe got a little bit of the nerves out of the way there.
Great, these reruns.
Big passes being fired out over the top. Dave and Z.
Oh, this is the one where he got it.
Just got it. Oh, got it, pulled it in, and then pops that one over the top. Down tight. Ooh. Very good slow motion replay that we get shown in between the breaks, between quarters. It's wonderful to see the intensity and times the way that the chairs are maneuvered into the tiniest little gaps.
Yeah, they use like every millimeter to get across or in between or whatever. It's so, yeah, it's so cool to watch.
And if you're 20 millimeters short, then you just
you
knock 10 on one side, 10 on the other,
or run into a pick or whatever. Yeah.
Hier noch eins.
It's all in the details.
Some of the details being that we have 4 8-minute quarters with a 3-minute break between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then at half-time there'll be a longer one, 10 minutes, so it's just the 3 minutes here. Just time for the teams to regroup a little bit. You can see plenty of fans in red there supporting the Swiss on the left. Not a lot for them to say hop Suisse about in the first period, but there are 3 more quarters to come.
The Germans have subbed. Britta Kripke is on.
Kripke, the one-pointer, back on. Well, they may have changed the lineup, but they haven't changed the way of operation, which is give it to Marco and let him fire his way.
Do what he does best.
Exactly.
That's tight.
Switzerland just get it out, and it's a lot of... Whoa! Well, what's your call on that one?
I think they're going to call it, yeah, it's called a spin.
So a spinning foul. Herbst hitting behind the axle here. We'll see it. Yeah, that was...
Oh, that was a nasty one.
It was rather, wasn't it? That wouldn't quite go as far as a flagrant foul, but it was...
no, but
he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, and at that speed, you know the other player is going to go.
Yes, he's a very light and lithe player, is Dave MZ, so he was going to go to ground quite easily there under contact. And, well, Herbst in the penalty box. He's familiar. He was actually the other penalty box last night. It was the so it's a different penalty box. He's getting to visit all the penalty boxes here in Vejle and spend plenty of time in there. Switzerland taking their time and also trying to set a trap.
Yeah, but he just asked inbounds.
So Herbst comes out. And a huge inbound. Herbst to Wilke. That's the combo that's worked so well for Germany. Wilke goes round the outside. And Z goes, well, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I can't follow both of them.
Is it
Interesting inbound. And then fires that one forward to Dave MZ.
He was just at the right spot over there to be the outlet. Good catch. Oh. Reach. Illegal use of hands. For number 7.
So Dave MZ getting his hands in there, and he is going to have to spend either 1 minute or until the next goal for Germany in the sin bin. And 99 times out of 100, there is a goal scored. Actually had in Germany versus GB yesterday. Great Britain were 3 on 4, but they were in possession. They somehow managed to get a turnover. And we got up to about 59 seconds of the penalty before Germany finally scored. And the British player could come out of the sin bin.
Oh, nice backing up movement from Josko. Just created the space for the corner.
Masha Mosel there on the right, another female player that Germany have. She hasn't seen much court time. In fact, I've not seen her on court yet. That goes for a number of the players for Germany, since they played just the 4 yesterday and then just the 5 at the moment, as we have a wheel race between Dave MZ and Josko Vilke, won by the Swissy. Popped over the top, Herbst to Vilke. Chenal trying to get his hands in there. Swiss fans getting behind their team.
Oh, there was a good push. He pushed him outside. So I think, yep, David MZ is going to the sin bin. He got knocked out of bounds.
Twice in a row finds himself in the bin. Christoph Werther will be very happy with the way things are going for his team at the moment. Even happier with that as the lead gets back up to 5. Longhart with the inbound.
Oh, he turned away. Yep.
4th and final timeout call, because you have a certain amount of time in which to inbound.
Yeah, you have 10 seconds to inbound the ball. And within the 10 seconds, that either had to pass or hit the ground or have contact with the player. My English is a little bit rusty, so I'm sorry.
There we go. That's absolutely perfect. So, Adi Moser, what can he do here? Given a little bit of time, but Switzerland now find themselves out of timeouts. We've been playing for the grand total of 10 minutes and 3 seconds, and all those timeouts have gone. So there's going to be some desperation stuff from the Swiss from here on in. Some aggressive pressing from the Germans. Dautai gets it to MZ. MZ boxed in. He's got to get it over the halfway line. And it is over the halfway line, but at what cost? It goes straight to Herbst.
Oh, just over the top.
Germany may be thinking, well, we've got this in the bag already, and throwing out a huge pass there. You'd have thought that Herbst could have built that one up from the back.
Yeah, just a little bit more instead of a quick long pass.
You see it often in all forms of rugby as well. As you said earlier, Joost, one turnover can lead to another and another. As we see the veteran Britta Kripke, I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning that, 45 years old. Still younger than me, so I'm allowed to mention her age.
Yeah, normally you can talk about the women's age, but
Exactly.
in this case...
Exactly, yes. She was at the European Championships in 2015. Germany finished 4th.
Oh, great race. Oh, he just lost it just before the end line.
Oh, look at the Well, the frustration on the face of Adi Moser and the delight from Marco Herbst, who absolutely chased down Dautai, got the hand in there at the last second, looks around, and then, yes! There we go, Germany not giving up on any points here. 5-point lead and about to become 6.
This was better.
Well, Joost, with all your years of experience on the court, give the Swiss some advice here. What the heck can they do?
I think they just need to do what they do now and don't make any silly mistakes and keep your composure, even though it's pretty hard with all the pressure from the German. So I'm glad I'm not there, coach.
Exactly. I'm sure Adi Moser would like you down there. That way maybe he could, you could give some advice. He could get out on the court. I've always thought that Dutch and Swiss German were similar languages in terms of pronunciation as well. There's a lot of guttural.
Yeah,
the G, exactly,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Graag gedaan and that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So, yes.
You know your languages.
I do. So, all I can do is talk. You can play.
Yeah.
And talk. I can just talk, you see. You say, those that can do, those that can't coach, and then those that can't even do that commentate. So, so I just about get a bronze medal on the podium. Germany looking to get on a podium themselves, looking to make sure that they finish in the top 4 of what is an incredibly tough
turnover.
play. Well, we were busy watching the replay. But
yeah. And then Stefan Wecker scored, got the turnover and scored it.
in a blink of an eye. 6-point gap for.
And a
6 points
and a turnover again.
Yes, you were saying they need to keep their composure. They definitely do need that. Herbst looks up at the cube and thinks, we must be getting towards the end of the second period, but we're barely halfway through it. It's turning into a little bit of a massacre.
Oh, they're gonna go. Oh, good pass. Oh,
he's everywhere, Marco Herbst.
Yeah, that's one of those players you come across scored 4 times in one play.
Yes, you think, hang on, I could have sworn one of my teammates was blocking you, and then I blocked you. Then where'd you come from?
Oh, almost again in ends in between.
Well, if there's one thing that the Swiss are winning at the moment, it's the battle of the fans.
Oh, and he touched his chair. Oh, he tried to bump the ball out of Josko Wilson's chair, but it just...
And he did, but it then bounced off his own. So, hoist by his own petard. Sprung in his own trap. It was a clever thing to do. Much along the lines of soccer players thinking, well, a defender, I'm going to knock this against the attacker, and it'll go out for our goal kick or our throw in, but it then bounces off the defender's leg again, or the defender's wheel in this case, and possession is lost.
And the Swiss just changed their lineup, because we got Roger Fry with number 3 and Christian Hanel with number 2.
But the end result is another point for Germany. Stefan Wecker rather. So there's Roger Fry.
Oh, there was an over the head pass and he gets it. No look over the head and know where your co-player is and just trust him.
There we go. Absolutely perfect. Lovely to see that one in slow motion. Switzerland need, well, first and foremost, I think they need a point. They haven't had a point in quite a while now. MZ needs to get it over the halfway line.
Yeah, that's what you get when you're out of timeouts. Yeah, you have nothing to bail you out in those situations. So the only thing you can do is pass and hope for the best.
Timeout there from Josko Wilke. I think that might even have been a little bit of taunting of the Swiss there. I can call the timeout. I've still got 4 of them left.
Yeah, nah.
Yes, so takes that one very well. An 11-point lead for Germany. Germany said before this tournament that they got New Zealand in their sights. Obviously in a pool where you've got Great Britain, USA, and above all, France. France who beat USA earlier in the day in a real upset, a 1-point upset, 49-48.
That was spectacular.
It must have been.
Yeah,
it must have been an absolute pleasure to watch that one.
So excited.
I think the whole of wheelchair rugby, I say the whole of wheelchair rugby is excited about it. There's probably at least 20 in US tracksuits who aren't that excited about it, and it's going to be pretty tough, I think, this evening. New Zealand come out and have to play a wounded US team, so you fear the wounded beast.
Yeah, you never know what a wounded beast can do.
Yes. Frey playing in contact lenses rather than glasses. Popped over the top. Perfect timing.
Mr. Jens Sauerbier with the score.
Yes, Jens Sauerbier from Leipzig in the east of Germany, as is Josko Wilke. He's now finally getting a little bit of game time. First time we've seen him, the 35-year-old. He has a wealth of experience.
Oh. Good pass from Roger Frey.
The Swiss not with a lot to smile about.
Great spacing.
The second quarter has been quite a procession in favour of the Germans.
Germany, number 12, Sauerbier.
Fired forward to Chenal.
Now David comes, gets the ball and scores.
Into the last 2 minutes. Important for Switzerland to get points on their possessions. Maybe force a turnover, and if they do, not to misuse it. Chenal comes back and puts the block on Wilke. Frey coming up in the backcourt, and he says he's got a problem with his equipment.
Yep. Somebody has a flat. Oh, it's Roger Frey.
People called R-O-G-E-R in Switzerland, if they're my age, they tend to be Roger, because in Switzerland you've obviously got German, French, Italian, you have all sorts of names, first names in particular. And then since the advent of a certain tennis player with that name,
Federer,
who goes as Roger around the world, anyone younger than me, so anyone of player number 3's age, they tend to be a Roger. To be cool and to emulate one of the greatest sportsmen that certainly this century has seen.
Sort of a tribute.
Indeed. Yes, you got a lot of people around my age or a little bit younger who went from being called Roger to Roger. Wilke forces his way through once again. That's 7 tries for him, 10 for Herbst, who is on the sidelines. And 8 for Stefan Wecker already. Fired over the top there, and it's Christian Hanel. Made his debut 18 years ago.
Yeah, he's been around for a long, long time.
Played in the World Championships in New Zealand in 2006. Oh. Ooh, he was looking to get 2 in a row there.
Got his hand in between, but didn't manage to get the ball.
Herbst sitting on the sidelines, not in the sin bin for once, on the bench and enjoying the progress being made by his colleagues, his teammates. Fired over the top for Jens Sauerbier. And Sauerbier, you think, well, why isn't he scoring? Well, he can see that there's 22 seconds left on the game clock, only 10 on the possession clock, so he's going to wind it down and then take a timeout because he can.
Yep, very smart move.
And that resets the shot clock to 15, the possession clock, I should say, and the game clock is 14.8, so one and the same. So they now have 14.8 seconds in which to score, and that keeps the ball out of the hands of the Swiss, whatever happens. And as soon as it's touched after the inbound, the clock starts again. Fans start again, and Wilke is through, and he's going to be pushed over the line by Dave MZ. And that way Switzerland have 6.3 seconds in which to score. But they have to be very careful. You can give the ball away in these 6.3 seconds and have your pocket picked. And I thought that was exactly what was going to happen. Dave MZ with the Hail Mary. Ball goes dead, and we come to the end of what was a bit of a procession in the second quarter. And as half-time, the hooter goes. Germany leading Switzerland 30 tries to 18. They ran away with it in the second quarter, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I have no idea why, but they just doing a phenomenal job. And the Swiss, yeah, well, we said it, the timeouts are killing them.
They are, yes. You can't take them with you, but it is always an idea to take a few of them with you into at least the second quarter, which is something that the Swiss, they obviously didn't want the game to get away from them. And if you use a timeout early, fair enough, but as long as that leads to points, you have to make sure that you use them wisely, and they haven't managed to convert their timeouts into points.
Hey guys at home, good to have you. Die gaan Schweizerdeutsch. Schön, schauen dazu. Can they hear me? Are you sure? Good enough?
We can hear you, Dave.
Danke für die Unterstützung. Roger. Wir geben uns Mühe.
We're doing our best. Thank you for the support.
Tim, meine Freundin und meine Frau. Nein, nur Frau.
He said hi to my girlfriend and to my wife.
Hoffentlich steht dort.
Dave, you comedian. Well, comedian, but I think they need to get a bit more serious and try to avoid the turnovers. Look at that.
It's the turnover, yeah, it's all in the turnovers.
So, struggling there, Switzerland at 7 turnovers to 1. 5 steals from Germany, but those are more or less the same. 5 steals, 7 turnovers. So, something for Switzerland to address in the second half. Well, they've got another 8 minutes, as you can see from the cube at the top. Another 8 minutes of this break. So, we're going to have a break ourselves and join us back here in 8 minutes' time. Welcome back. I hope you've made the most of the short break, and we're certainly hoping that Switzerland will have made the most of the short break halfway through this Pool A contest. The third for each team, Germany leading it by 30 points to 18. Joost Mol of the Dutch Federation alongside me, a man of decades worth of experience. I asked you.
Don't over-exaggerate, huh? Decades. Almost 2.
There we go. That's decades, isn't it? It's plural. Yes. Well, the Swiss are certainly up against it here. At least they've got possession. Is it just doing the little things bit by bit? As you said earlier, keeping their composure.
That's the most important.
Germany defending in the key. And there's 4 of them in there.
Yep.
Armin Dautai goes firing in there to push the 4th person into the key.
Yeah, and when you're a low pointer and somebody's coming crashing into you.
Yes, poor Christian Riedel is the one who was pushed into the key. Not a lot he could do about it, the 52-year-old.
He got out of bounds. Oh, that's a shame.
So now we have one of these unusual situations where the team with 3 on the court is in possession. Now, Riedel can come back out. Either after a minute or when Switzerland score. And Riedel is a 0.5 player, so Germany have got 7.5 out there at the moment, and they can quite possibly go wheel to wheel with Switzerland for a minute. Sauerbier pops that one over the top to guess who, Marco Herbst. So Switzerland are now going to do it 4-on-3 with possession. In comes Sauerbier to try and get his teammate out of the trap. Switzerland now finally going to score, you'd have thought. David Z makes sure that they do. The delight of his wife and his girlfriend, if you were listening to him at half-time. Big crash there, but Chenal manages to stay on his wheels. So that was Frey, actually.
Oh, almost, but no goal.
Ambitious over the top there to Sauerbier, but he couldn't quite corral it in for a try.
Good inbound from Christian.
Give and go, Christian Hanel gets it back. Armin Dautai now heads trywards. And Riedel, as you can see, obviously back out with Sauerbier. Vejle and Herbst is the man who is going to pin his ears back. So Josko Wilke is having a little bit of time on the sidelines. You can see him at the bottom of your screen there. Big match for Germany will be tomorrow at 11:15 when they take on New Zealand, with 4th in the group, no doubt up for grabs. Assuming that, oh, that was an interesting move from Roger Frey. He leads with the head a lot, and
oh, they're gonna call it over and back.
Over and back, where the ball is taken over the halfway line by the attacking team, and then if it goes back beyond the halfway line, much like a front court violation in basketball, then it's a turnover. need to tell the stadium announcer that Greece aren't playing, so he doesn't have to play the Sirtaki once a day.
Good call from Jens.
Sauerbier beginning to rack up the tries. That was his 4th. Away behind Marco Herbst, though, on 12. Oh, it was a nice little, nice idea, but it turns into a turnover. And Vejle is going to get another try. Up to 9 for him, 9 for Wilke, 12 for Herbst. 1 for Michael Folter, who came out at one point. 3 for Sauerbier.
Oh.
Turnover after turnover from Switzerland. Sauerbier reversing his way out of trouble. Gets over the halfway line. Pops the ball over the top to Herbst, who feeds Vejle. Going through all 4 players.
Great passing game.
Yes, the German coach, Christoph Werner, must be very pleased with what he's watching. So, finally, Switzerland stopped the rot a little bit. Roger Frey.
Switzerland number 3, assist outside.
Oh, there he goes. Almost got clipped behind the axle there.
Dautai getting it all the way from the back and finds his Zurich Eagles teammate Dave MZ. Half the squad actually is from the Zurich Eagles. Dautai, MZ, Yves Langhart, whom we saw earlier, the player coach who's not playing at the moment, Adi Moser.
Turnover. Swiss got the ball.
So Switzerland, their first turnover in quite a while,
and a turnover
they've turned
again.
it back. It's only a turnover if you use it to score a try. The statisticians alongside me will say that that isn't the case, but in terms of actual playing, you've really got to make sure. It's like in tennis, it's only a break if you hold service afterwards, and
Yeah, if you make it stick.
you've got to make it stick.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what it is. So the turnover, you've got to make it stick, you've got to score. It may look good on the stat sheet, but the only thing that tells a tale at the end of the day, and who was the one with the steal again? Marco Herbst.
Always the same, huh?
Marco Herbst. Certainly not in the autumn of his career. That's my little German pun there. We're in the third quarter as well, the third season. We've had spring, summer, and now autumn. And someone who isn't in the autumn of her career either, Britta Kripke, 45 years young.
We've got a lineup change from the Germans. Michael Volter is in. Josko Wilke is back.
And there he is.
And oh, what a grid.
Dautai there, doing it all.
And
Beautiful hands.
on one wheel. Oh, balancing skills.
Oh, picks that up out of the air, plucks that one out of the air, takes his time. Avoids the returning Fabian Krauer.
Follow your low pointer. He just did that.
Indeed. Krauer made to work for that, but gets the ball forward. First to Chenal and then to Dautai. Volter, the three-pointer. Showing his speed and his skill. And how about that? Oh, floated over the top, and it's Yves Malbach. Haven't seen very much of him, but he's into the action, the 25-year-old.
Good composure.
Yes, we're into more of a rhythm, the scoring rhythm. It's been fun to watch. It's been fun to watch unless you're a Switzerland fan, but there's been plenty to get your teeth into. Turnovers that don't stick, some that do, back and forth. And it's only now that we're getting into a bit more of a scoring rhythm. Another try for Malbach. Doutai fires one forward, and it's going to be one of the two captains, Jeremy Chenal. Chenal, a 2.5-pointer, and good with his hands. Which way's the ref going to give this?
Hellball.
So Switzerland are going to get the inbound. No, Germany.
Yeah, then the ball was shared possession.
Malbach finds himself at the back.
What a pass.
Well, plucked out of the air there. I think it was made into a good pass there by Michael Volter. I don't know who's the best of passes, but it's one of those where you fire one forward, someone plucks it out of the air, and you say, thank you for making me look good.
Hope for the best.
Switzerland still hoping. Still getting the ball forward. Jeremy Chenal. Germany won't really mind this too much. If it's just exchanging scores, then that's fine with them. The lead is 15. They're getting their second string in inverted commas. Wow, how about that one? A bucket pass forward. And Wilke again makes him look good.
Was like a Hail Mary.
It was, wasn't it?
But he made it work.
The prayer was answered.
Oh, great inbound from the low pointer.
It was very good, that one.
Oh. Up. Turnover again.
Krauer losing it. That's Patrick Gosteli, the low pointer, 22, who's come on.
Oh, fumble.
Well, I was saying we got into a scoring rhythm, and now we're back into the you, hot potato.
Oh, it's a German ball. The Swiss with the key defense.
Only 3 allowed in there, obviously, and difficult to see where the ball
Turnover.
is. It looks like the Swiss have come up with it. Yes, it's Chenal. Well done on Switzerland there. The key defense working. Key defense forces the attack to be very accurate. Try and pick the lock and find their way through, or you end up throwing up passes and hoping that they find one of your teammates. Switzerland, well,
Trying to work the clock.
yes, they can't call the timeout, obviously.
10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Chenal pops it over to Krauer.
That was a little love tap.
Well, there we go. It was... I was looking at the man behind him, but it was actually the one in front of him who leant back and hugged him from behind. So, penalty try for Switzerland.
Right on the wheel.
Kripke comes in there, and you need to be careful with stretching down to try and pick that one up. So, Switzerland pick it up again.
It wouldn't be the first time that somebody's got a finger in between a bumper and a wheel or something.
Yes,
I've had it once and it hurts like a...
I can imagine.
Oh.
Gosteli with the inbound. The 6.5, low pointer.
He has a great one-handed inbound as well.
Oh, Krauer tries to get that one, but Kripke is going to watch it go out.
Yeah, and I think Maubach was just in between the pass with his fingers. Oh, no, he didn't touch it last.
Kripke fires it over to Maubach. A lot of loose ball at the moment.
Oh, nice grab.
There's 10 seconds to go. Well, take your time, Jeremy. And over we go. Oh. And that is going to be all she wrote. It was harem-scarum stuff at the end there. Kripke will pop it in, and then we can tie a bow on the third quarter. Well, it was back and forth stuff from Germany. They went into it with quite a lead. It was 30-18 at the half, and Switzerland pretty much matched them 12-11 in that quarter. But Switzerland need to do more than match, because they seem to have met more than their match in Germany. Germany leading 42-29 with just 8 minutes to go in this contest.
Yeah, the difference is a little bit too big that they can come back, but it's always good to see them keep on working and showing some aggression in the game, and don't let their head hang down or fall down. I'm not sure if that's a good English phrase, but I hope you understand.
Don't let the heads drop.
Don't let the heads drop. Yep.
There we go. Well, certainly heads not dropping there. A lot of smiles from all of them. Germany plenty to smile about. They'll be very pleased as well. Germany getting a lot of game time into the likes of Christian Riedel, Jens Sauerbier, Michael Wolter, the three-pointer, Yves Maubach. Might well be that we see the likes of Florian Bongard, who we haven't seen much of, Justus Heinrich, even Masha Mosel. Would be nice to see her. So 12 tries to 11, a lot closer this time around.
Even the turnovers are equal.
The turnovers are equal, but not in a good way.
No. There still were a lot.
Exactly. They were equally profligate, I think we'll say, to be kind to them. Could have used another word there, but
let's keep it positive.
They were as generous as one another. There we go.
But I do like the fact that in between the quarters that the camera is on and you can actually hear the players talk.
It is good. We were discussing, there's a bit of an elbow in there from Chenal.
Oh, yeah, you saw the same thing.
Yes. Particularly here as well, the Germans might struggle to understand the Swiss German. The Swiss ought to understand the High German, because they all have to speak it at school, but all they have to do is watch the live stream that many of you are watching at the moment during the breaks, and then they can maybe get an insight into what the other camp is talking about. Now, it does look like we are going to see Masha Mosel. She is on the right of your screen there, to the very right, 19-year-old from Bremen in the north of Germany. 19 years old, played at the European Championships this year. There she is. Director's listening to me, focusing on her. She's a 2-5, but her playing means that Germany can go to 8.5 points if they were to have put it to Kripke on as well. It means they could go as high as 9. So let's see how Masha Mosel performs.
4 in the key. Penalty try.
Switzerland making the most of possession. 12 adrift. Herbst getting into trouble and getting out of it, and getting its team into trouble. So Switzerland need to make it stick. They've got the turnover. Dautai on his own. Great defense from Masha Mosel. Plenty of time on the shot clock. You can see that top of your screen, 23. Oh, how about that? 1, 2, 3, Dao Tai to Chenal, and then around sees Krauer coming in, so that's 2 in a row for Switzerland. If they can keep this going, well, maybe the comeback is on.
Oh, she... Ooh, get it.
Masha Morsel keep it in play, she does. Krauer comes over, tries to send her flying out, as does Chenal. Was the timeout called? Yes, it was. Well done, Masha.
Nice heads up.
Oh, it is particularly since she's been on the court for the grand total of a minute. So you need to be very aware. First time she actually gets the ball and she's got the attentions of 2 opponents trying to force her over the line.
Sometimes you can see with players when they just come in with after a couple of minutes or for the first time, they're always a little bit hesitant or not really.
That's right, coming a bit cold.
Comfortable. Yeah,
yes. So well taken timeouts. They have 1 left, Germany. They kept a few in the kit bag for the final quarter, which is always good. So they managed to get that one out there. Morsel, good pass quickly.
Oh, nice hit.
To Sauerbier to Herbst, and that one a bit asking a little bit too much of a Riedel there. So it's another turnover for Germany. They haven't scored yet in this quarter.
Looked a little bit like a lazy pass.
So Switzerland making it 3 in a row. I'll tell you, yours, the comeback's on. You reckon that it was too many? Well, that's 3 in a row. If this keeps going, you're going to give me good odds on it?
You want an honest answer or?
Bear in mind that you're on air.
That's true.
Give me a polite one.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm not.
We'll
not too
see.
confident.
We'll see, but not too confident. I don't blame you on not being confident. Herbst spins right round, finds Morsel.
Does she get it? Oh, yep.
Does indeed.
Nice catch.
Smiles from the 19-year-old. Means a lot to her.
It's such a special feeling when you're on your first. Is it her first big tournament?
She played in the Euros earlier in the year in Paris.
So she's experienced. Sorta.
Sorta, kinda. A mere 19 years old. Always good to get your first try at a tournament, though.
Subs for Switzerland.
Coach's timeout called. Moser making the changes, not bringing himself on though. It was also good for Moser to score that try because it was 3 in a row for Switzerland, and all of a sudden, I know I was talking them up, and oh, you of little faith, you were saying that there's no chance of a comeback, and I think you are right, but...
well, I said there was a slim chance.
Exactly. Ooh, well, if they keep on fluffing their lines like that, Germany, then that slim chance is going to put on a little bit of weight. And that one is going to go...
That was too hard, yep.
Turnover after turnover here from Germany. They need to tighten the screws a little bit.
I don't know why that's the case, but in 99 out of 100 times, a turnover gonna cause a turnover.
Often teams thinking, well, that's it, we've done the hard part, and then maybe a slight lack of focus. You've got the turnover, you've got 40 seconds on the possession clock.
So why the rush?
Fires that forward, and it is got... Oh, and he's going to reverse over the line, is Christian Hanel. Well, whisper it quietly, but the gap is single figures. And once again, Germany turn to Morsel. to stop the rot.
Oh, almost fumbled
Gets
the
a
ball.
hand in there.
No look pass over the head. That was on point.
Hanel gets to it. He's a 1-5, so he hasn't got the wheels to get into the end. And who was that with the steal? Let me guess. Marco Herbst runs down the clock, gets the point, and reassures German fans around the
2 times the arm, and the 3rd time was the ball.
3rd time's the charm.
Yeah.
First time the arm, the 2nd time the arm, 3rd time the charm. Timeout called by the Germany coach. Christoph Werner has, well, he might. It's not gone all their way in this 4th quarter. 5 tries to 3 in favour of Switzerland is not what they would have been expecting. Gives them a chance to make a few changes in the lineup. Michael Folter is back on Britta Kripke as well. Switzerland boxed in.
Mr. Maybach back on track also.
Hanel needs to get it over the halfway line, and Frey needs to turn around. Wecker picks it up. He's always alert.
Oh, look at him twist and turn to get out of trouble.
Beautiful. And there is Yves Maubach, 25-year-old 2-5er. And speaking of 2-5, here's the Swiss number 25, Samuel Schwarz. Coach's timeout. Well, it's.
Yeah, now it is.
I think they're enjoying the fact that there are actually some timeouts that they can use. The Swiss.
Yeah, and especially when you're in the last 4 minutes of the last period.
And Adi Moser is bringing himself on at last.
It's good to see him.
It is.
Yeah, it's.
You'll have crossed swords with him over the years. Made his debut in 2007, European Championships 2009. Great pass out to Chenal.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, even with the long arms, he just couldn't reach it.
Well, Germany getting a lot of game time into their, shall we say, their squad members. However, I don't think it's going to be that reassuring for Christoph Werner, their coach, the fact that there have been so many turnovers in this 4th quarter.
Oh, and again.
Chenal boxed in.
Oh, and he gets it over the line as well.
Gets it to Dave MZ.
Oh, too
MZ
close.
give it back to him. No, gives it to Dautai.
Oh, great hit.
Dautai around the outside and scoots through. Threads the needle.
Yeah, scoring on one wheel. Wow.
Huge inbound picked up by Wecker. It was from Herbst. Wecker over the top, Maubach. Maubach needed to be looking for Kripke.
There we have one more.
But he was looking the wrong way. Good grief. Germany going to have more turnovers than tries in this quarter if they're not very careful indeed.
That's something the coach will address.
Yeah, the coach is never happy with that kind of thing. They're not going to be looking forward to getting off court. They're not going to be looking forward to the final buzzer, are they? It's.
I don't think so either, because you know you get hammered by the coach.
Yes. He looks to be reasonably calm at the moment. He's a calm fella, usually got a smile on his face. Nice inbound to MZ.
Oh.
MZ gets it forward to Dautai. Switzerland with 8 tries already 8-5 in this fourth quarter. Germany's turnovers, 5 already for 5 tries.
Oh, that was almost an over and back violation, but he got there in time.
Almost an out of bounds, almost 12 seconds, almost a lot of things, but in the end,
it's still a score.
It's a try for Michael Folter. It's only the end result that matters. It's going to have to be a give and go. No, it is, but it's MZ who picks it up. Drops the shoulder and cruises over. MZ is going to take that one as a steal.
Yep. And the Swiss get the ball.
And I like the way that the director immediately goes to the German coach as soon as there's yet another turnover against Germany this time around. Maubach having his pockets or his lap picked.
Yeah. Lineup change.
Moser with the inbounds.
Josko is back on.
There we go. They need to tighten the screws a little bit. There he is, Josko Wilke, to the left of your screen. Oh, frustration.
No try. Leaving the court was the call of the ref.
Inbound there from Florian Bongard. So we do indeed see him. The one-pointer from Gladbach. Plays in Koblenz. So Gladbach, Koblenz, northwest of Germany. There is Josko Wilke from Leipzig in the east. Adi Moser, the captain. MZ finds it forward to JJ. JJ, he was behind play, and JJ was heading straight for the try line, so no time called.
There comes the pit crew, setting him up straight again. And ready to continue.
Ooh, was that little back of the axle tap there? In able-bodied rugby, you have the ankle tap. Here you have the axle tap. Spun him over there in back play. Switzerland have got it back to single figures again. They're not going to do very much with it in the last 2 minutes. Wilke will be looking to get this over the halfway line and feeds Vejle. Vejle, who's going to run the clock down.
But it's good to see the Swiss with that commitment to bring their A game.
You were saying earlier, Jos, that they were slow starters as they managed to lose that one. Moser grabbing a hand rather than the ball. Where's this one going to come out? It's like a piñata. Everyone's having a go at it. And the end result is a try for Folter. So a turnover, but the right way as far as the Germans are concerned. You were saying earlier, Jos, that the Swiss were slow starters, nervous starters. It's taken them three quarters to actually get started. If they could have started like this, then we'd have had a real game on our hands.
Yeah, then it would be a completely different sort of game. But yeah. But they're doing the best that they can, and even though the score difference, it's a good game to watch, and they're committed.
Certainly been an entertaining fourth quarter. I think most people would agree with that. One person who would disagree is Christoph Werner, the German coach. He'll be looking at the turnovers and get them in for extra training, I reckon.
Oh, he's on the line. Oh, yeah, he's going to call it an over and back violation.
Ball carried over the halfway line and then taken back.
Yeah, he was just on the line when he received the ball. And with a small tap, it was done.
MZ pops that one over the top to
great
JJ.
What
There
a
we
catch.
go, the little cowbell.
Number 9, Switzerland. Yellow.
I wonder if that Swiss fan there brought the cowbell in the hand luggage or if it was had to be checked in. MZ picks that one on beautifully.
Oh, there was a swipe, but he missed.
Another turnover. Referee lets play go on. Voltert comes back, but won't be quick enough to catch Dautai. And the Swiss fans getting into it. Beautiful pickup here from MZ. Knew exactly what he was doing.
Coach timeout called by the Germans, but they...
They don't want to go over, do they?
No. No, but they only use it to sub.
Exactly. Purely for the substitutions. No one wants to talk to that man.
Keep as far away as possible.
Yes. So they've got the big guns out there. Vejle, Herbst, Wilke, and then they've gone for Christiane Riedel.
With 27 remaining on the clock.
So Wilke is going to run the time down. Doesn't particularly matter if they score or not. No possession clock, but they'd like to score. Herbst would certainly like to score. They're going to push him over the line, are they?
That's what you see on this level. Everybody's trying to get the game plan in order and go for the last goal.
Last goal wins. What can Dave MZ do? He's going to inbound. As soon as it's caught, then the clock ticks down. Oh, how about that for a pickup from Dautai? What can he do in the last second or two? So close. Wilke in there. 0.1 seconds to go. Battling to the last tenth. Wilke goes way, way forward. In the unlikely event that it can be inbounded all the way to him.
Yeah, but
he's
look.
off your screen.
There he comes.
And as soon as someone touches it, he's got to get over the line. He can't quite. Well, imagine if it were 53-52 as opposed to 43-52. That would have been a breathtaking finish. As it is, Germany win it by 9 points. They win the local derby, local bragging rights, and it means that Germany are still in with a very big shout for making it through to the quarterfinals. It's almost a last 16 match, even though there's only 12, when they take on New Zealand on Thursday at 11:15 local time.
That is going to be a good game as well. It will be.
And here we have the presentation for the man of the match, and it is the player of the match. It is Stefan Vejle. Richly deserved. Very good line for Stefan Vejle. 13 tries, as many as Wilke and one short of Herbst. 4 pass assists.